You feel Shannon might need the most help, although I guess Gizelle really needs the most help. But Sutton would kind of be that person. So I love the idea of Heather Gay, Dorinda, Porsha, and Sutton. A lot of people agree that Luann should host. I still watch this past episode. I'm like, yes, Luann should host. I'm so over Joel Kim Booster. He's really fucking annoying me. And it's not just because I know in the real world he ain't such a nice person, but he's really, really, really starting to annoy me. So I can't get that out of my head. See it, I was starting on such a positive note here, but he's annoying me. I mean, imagine if Luann hosted, it would be like The Bachelor to me. She would be like everyone's mentor. Picture this. Humor me before we get into Love Hotel. Just picture. Can we clear out? You guys have a minute at the top of the show here. Can we go down a little fan fiction? Just picture it's after hours. All the dates are over. And somehow we're going to change the format a little bit. Luann has, like, there's cameras everywhere. Luann has access. So she's in a room as the host, like, because Luann is a personality. So we're going to show Luann more, and she's going to be, like, in a room, like, watching the dates, okay? Because we're going to get feedback from the dating expert. So imagine there's a knock on someone's door and we don't know whose door it is. And somebody answered just off her date. She's in a cat sweater. It is the one and only Miss Sutton Strack. And Luann is like, "Can I come in?" And Sutton's like, "Hello, Luann, come on in." Sutton is just so happy at this point that maybe someone is going to have a little cocktail with her after hours. Luann sits down and she's like, "Darling, listen, we have to talk." And Sutton's like, "Well, girl, let me pour you a drink." And Luann is like, "It's not that type of visit." She's like, "Listen, darling, look at you." She's like, "You're a beautiful woman. What are you wearing?" And Sutton's like, "Oh, this old thing, this is just vintage Dolce. They gave it to me off the runway. Yeah, vintage Dolce, it's part of the highest collection." And Luann is like, "Darling, there's a cat on your sweater." And Sutton's like, "Oh yeah, this is the vintage Dolce cat." And Luann is like, "Darling, now when you go on a date with a gentleman, don't you think you should show a little something? See, honey, when you're on the fifth date, it could be different. You could cover up, but you got to get the guy interested." So, and Sutton's like, "You don't like my cat sweater?" And Luann's like, "Darling, I love your cat sweater. It's perfect for a church morning. But listen, or it's perfect for like a knitting group. Listen, darling, tomorrow, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to come to my room and we're going to go through my stuff and I'm going to loan you something. It's okay to let the girls out a little bit on a first date." Sutton's like, "Girls, I thought I was going on a solo date." And Luann's like, "No, the girls." And she's like, "Yeah, I just said I want a solo date." And Luann's like, "No, you need to show a little cleavage, girl." Sutton's not getting it. She's so married to that cat sweater. Well, after that, Luann, yeah, guys, this is where my mind goes. Not that I've thought about this once or twice. After that, Luann goes down the hall. You think she's going back to her room, but she knocks on another door. Someone opens it. It's a woman who's a little drunk, not really, and she's very low cut, the exact opposite of Sutton. "Hey, girl, Mormon. Bad Mormons are us. May I come in, Heather?" "Come on in, Lou." Luann sits down and she gives Bad Mormon the exact opposite talk from Sutton. "Now, listen, darling, I was just watching your date and honey, you tried to give that guy a blowjob under the table on the first date. Now, I know you grew up with soaking, soaking where you lay on the bed and he sticks it in and, the bed doesn't move, but sometimes there's an earthquake and it moves a little bit. But if the bed doesn't move, it's not really sex, according to you Mormons. Well, darling, I know you wrote a book on being a bad Mormon, but sometimes you have to play a little hard to get the exact opposite information than she gave Sutton. So, darling, I don't think you should, get on your knees on the first date. You're a good girl. You want to land the guy. "Well, Lou, I just, like to suck dick and all. And remember all those years in the church?" I don't know. Then she goes down to another room. Knock, knock, knock. "Well, hello, girl. I thought it was the hot dog king himself. Porsha, we go way back. Listen, you just had a date. You talked all about the hot dog king and you talked about Simon and the fact that he's detained by ICE. And you got to stop talking about all these toxic exes of yours. Well, I just want to let them know what they're getting if they date Miss Porsha Williams. I'm the superstar of Atlanta. I came back to save the show. I didn't do such a great job. We thought I would save the show, but it didn't really go so well. Listen, this isn't Atlanta anymore, darling. Forget the hot dog king, but he's Pilar's daddy. Well, that's great, but no guy wants to hear about your exes. But hey, you're doing better than Sutton and Gay. I'll be back for you. Then she goes down the hall and bangs on a door, and someone says, they're slurring every word, and um, she knocks again on the door. The door isn't opening. Luann pushes the door open. D, are you in here? Dorinda is laying down. She fell off the couch. There's a martini spilled all over the floor. Olives are everywhere. I hate olives in my martini. I like a Grey Goose or a Belvedere martini straight up with a twist. I prefer a lemon twist. I don't care if it's a lime twist, either or, no vermouth, chilled glass. I don't mind a little ice on the top. I hate olives. And if you bring it to me with an olive, which they do sometimes, even though you explain how you want the drink, I send it back and I say, I am not high maintenance. If you cook my steak wrong, I don't care. You can't bring me the same drink. You cannot take the olive out and just put a twist in. That's how much I hate the taste of olives. Mind you, I love tapenade. It makes no sense. They bring the drink back. I take a drink and I'm like, I am so sorry. I am not this bitch, but I cannot drink this. You have to take it back. This is not a new drink. You took the olives out and put the twist in it because I can still taste the olives. I cannot drink a drink with olives. So, by the way, if you made it right the first time, I wouldn't need to send it back. Dorinda's on the floor. There are olives everywhere. Luann runs over. D, what's wrong? I didn't do it, and it make it nice and it make it nice. Darling, we have to talk, darling. You had 4 martinis on that date. Nobody wants the town drunk, darling. Well, Sonia, this darling, do not compare yourself in the dating pool to Sonia. She hasn't had a Morgan. Sonia is banned in New York and she is banned in Florida. I do not think you should compare yourself to Sonia. But I do, and it make it nice. D, we got to get you to bed, but darling, you cannot have 4 martinis on your date tomorrow. She puts Dorinda to bed. And you know what? She looks around. There's some more vodka left in the shaker. Lou has a martini all to herself on the couch. And she's like, life is a cabaret when you're dealing with these ladies. She's got to get that cabaret plug in there and then goes back to her room. How is that for season 2? Goodbye, Joel Kim Booster. Goodbye. And no, I haven't spoken to Luann since I've been here back in Sag Harbor. And now I'm leaving tomorrow to go to LA. Has nothing to do with the fact that, she's my buddy. She would be the perfect host. Replace her and have her watch the ladies and give them feedback. It would be great. And I think that's a great cast. You got to have someone from New York because Ashley and Gizelle, it's so great having 2 people from the same franchise that if Lou hosts Dorinda, this is the perfect cast. So whoever said Sutton, thank you. I'm really lost in my fan fiction here. You guys see, how I just get lost in my own world. Bye bye, Joel Kim Booster. Well, Love Hotel. What do we got going on? We'll do a very quick recap. Shannon, I still don't think Shannon wants to fuck Earl the Pearl, but she calls him to his room. I still think producers did this. Shannon said that after he said he doesn't have any kids and he's estranged from his stepson, she said she called her lawyer and put her lawyer on this. You mean to tell me Shannon spent her own money on this to find Earl's long lost? I say bullshit. I say producer said, what a great storyline, and tracked the guy down and found him and said, Shannon, you're going to save. I mean, wasn't it emotional? I don't believe Shannon. Yeah, I'm lost in the weeds here. I'm in fan fiction and I'm lost in the weeds. Yes, I'm having a interesting Saturday morning with you guys. So I just don't believe it. But anyway, Earl the Pearl starts crying. Shannon gets emotional. It is a very emotional scene. She found Earl's long lost stepson. which I love. Sorry, I'm sipping coffee. That was really loud. I do apologize. Guys, I can't do the show without coffee. I can give up everything. I can give up alcohol. I can't give up sleep and I can't give up coffee. I'm sorry. Okay, poor Earl the Pearl. I don't think she wants to fuck Earl the Pearl. I think that's his consolation prize for when she gets rid of him, but there's no other guy really for Shannon. She's kind of weeding through everyone else. Um, Listen, I'm not criticizing her. I ain't no spring chicken. So it's good that at 60 years old, Shannon is kind of starting to realize if you want to get married, you go for the nice guy. You don't go for that guy that's the mystery. Now, I do know this. I don't exactly put it into practice. The nice guys always, I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard, right? You know what the problem with a nice guy is? Anyone else out there going out with a nice guy now and they're not sure if they like him? You know what the problem with a nice guy is? It's not that like you don't want to fuck him. I mean, they say nice guys finish last, but I find that nice guys, what is the word I'm looking for? I just don't like when I know I have you after like one date, which you don't even know that. You don't even know what the person's going through, but like, I don't know, when the person's so eager. I just don't like it. But again, I'm gonna die alone, so what the hell? And I'm proud of Shannon. She's keeping this guy around. He's the good guy, Earl the Pearl. Some of you are annoyed with Earl the Pearl. He doesn't annoy me. I like this guy with his Crocs and all this other stuff. No, I wouldn't really want to fuck him either, Shannon. I don't blame you. So maybe the nice guy will actually finish last. She does have another guy, Adam, and he isn't. I don't think much more attractive than Earl, but he does have I get it. So anyway, she went on a date with him and he didn't try to kiss her and she was upset and she even says that there's something about his hard shell and his mystery that she's attracted to. Anyway, there you go. Luann basically is then, see, this is why Luann needs to host. Luann is then telling Adam, like, darling, you need to be more aggressive. That's